Listen to me. This is your time. This is your moment. You've been waiting for somebody to hand you something. No, you've been waiting for the right opportunity, the right moment, the right person to believe in you. No, it's time to take charge of your life. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to wake you up at 5 a.m. Ain't nobody coming to tell you to get in that gym, start that business, chase that dream. If you want it, you gotta get it. You gotta stop blaming your parents. Stop blaming the economy. Stop blaming your boss. If it's gonna happen, it's because you made it happen. The world is full of people who could have been, would have been, should have been, but only a few will step up, lock in and say, I own this. I control this. This is my life, and I'm taking charge. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna feel pain. You're gonna feel tired. You're gonna feel lonely. But guess what? Pain is temporary. Greatness is forever. Every morning you wake up, remind yourself, today I take charge of my mind, my grind, my destiny. And when it gets hard, because it will, remember, winners keep going when everyone else quits. Now is the time. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Take that first step. Take that risk. Bet on yourself. It's time to take charge. Show me carefully. You gotta own your life. You gotta own every piece of it. Stop pointing fingers. Stop looking around. Stop waiting for somebody else to fix it. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to hand you success. Ain't nobody about to knock on your door and give you your dreams in a box. If you want it, you gotta take full responsibility right here, right now. It's easy to blame, right? It's easy to say, I didn't get that promotion because my boss doesn't like me. It's easy to say, I didn't finish college because my family wasn't supportive. It's easy to say, I grew up broke. I never had a chance. Let me tell you something. Life does not respond to excuses. Life doesn't care about your story, your background, your hardships. Life responds to action. It responds to work. It responds to ownership. As long as you keep blaming, you keep giving your power away. You're putting your destiny in somebody else's hands. You got to be real with yourself. Be honest. You are where you are right now because of the decisions you made, the habits you built, the discipline you maintained or didn't maintain. And listen, that's not to beat yourself up. That's not to feel sorry for yourself. That's the good news. Because if your choices brought you here, your new choices can take you somewhere better. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are powerful beyond measure if you're willing to step up and claim it. The moment you stop saying, why me? And start saying, try me, your life will change. The moment you stop asking for favors and start working your favor, your whole situation shifts. You don't have to wait for somebody to believe in you, believe in yourself. You don't need permission to go after your dreams. Give yourself the green light. Most people never take charge because they're scared. Scared of failing, scared of looking foolish, scared of making mistakes. Making mistakes. But understand something. Playing it safe is the biggest risk you'll ever take. Sitting around waiting for everything to be perfect is a guarantee that nothing will ever happen. The people you admire, the ones you see winning, they took charge when they had nothing. They believed when there was no reason to believe. They kept moving when everything inside them said, quit. They didn't blame, they didn't whine, they didn't wait for a lucky break. They got up, they stayed up, and they worked their dream until it became real. If you really want to change your life, you have to kill the old version of yourself. You have to kill the version that procrastinates, that doubts, that complains. You got to put that version to rest. Because as long as you keep feeding that old self, you'll keep getting the same old results. Own your habits, own your mornings, own your attitude, own your grind, own your vision so strong that it becomes impossible to fail. When you mess up, and you will own it. Don't make excuses. Don't hide from it. Own your mistakes because your mistakes are your greatest teacher. Every time you fall short, that's a chance to get better, sharper, stronger. Winners don't avoid failure. They learn from it. Winners don't avoid responsibility. They embrace it because they know that's where their power comes from. This life is short. You don't have time to waste another year blaming other people or waiting for perfect conditions. You don't have time to sit around and wonder, what if? What if? Every second you spend feeling sorry for yourself is a second you could have spent leveling up. Every minute you spend complaining is a minute you could have spent working on a solution. You got a choice right now. You can stay where you are, pointing fingers, living in regret, watching your dreams die. Or you can take charge. You can grab the pen and start writing a new chapter. Not tomorrow, not next month, right now, right here, today. Own your life, own your story, own your grind. Because if you don't own it, somebody else will. And you'll spend your whole life living somebody else's dream while yours dies inside you. It's time to step up. It's time to lock in. It's time to stop waiting for the stars to line up. It's time to stop wishing, hoping, dreaming, and start doing. Everything you ever wanted is waiting for you. You got to take charge first. You got to decide that no matter what happens, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how hard it gets, no matter who's against you, you are not backing down. You are not giving up. You are not surrendering your power. This is your life. It's your time now. Take it. You got to decide today, not tomorrow, not when things are easier, not when everything feels right, not when you feel ready. You got to decide right here, right now that you're done playing small. Making excuses, done waiting for life to get easier. Listen to me. Success doesn't start when you achieve something. Success starts the moment you decide you're not going to live another day beneath your potential. Most people don't fail because they're not talented. Most people don't fail because they don't have opportunities. Most people fail because they never fully decide. They halfway want it, they halfway commit. They talk big, but when the work shows up, they don't. They're excited for a day or two, and when the motivation fades, they fade right with it. But the ones who win, the ones who rise, the ones you look up to, they made a decision, a real decision. A decision that said, no matter what happens, I'm all in. See, a real decision means you cut off every other possibility. When you truly decide quitting is no longer an option, doubting yourself is no longer an option. Waiting for somebody else to validate you is no longer an option. You move different when you make that kind of decision. You stop wasting energy on nonsense. You stop entertaining distraction. You stop second-guessing yourself every time things get tough. You lock in. You lock in so hard that even when everything around you says give up, you keep going because your mind was made up a long time ago. That's what separates the successful from everybody else. Not their intelligence, not their looks, not their looks, not their luck, their decision, their commitment, their refusal to live an average life. They said, I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what it costs. I'm deciding right now to go after what's mine. And that decision gave them the power to endure the storms. It gave them the strength to survive the nights when nobody believed in them. It gave them the fuel to keep running even when it felt like the finish line was nowhere in sight. You can dream all day long. You can write down your goals. You can visualize. You can meditate. But none of it means anything until you decide. Until you say, I'm not negotiating with my future anymore. I'm not asking life for permission. I'm claiming what's mine. See, the universe doesn't respond to wishy-washy energy. Life responds to people who show up with certainty, with conviction, with a decision so strong it shakes the ground they walk on. And you know what's crazy? The moment you decide, things start to shift. The moment you get serious, doors open. People notice, opportunities appear. But they don't come to the people who are just kind of interested. They come to the people who are obsessed, committed, all in. If you're still asking yourself, should I do it? Can I do it? Is it the right time? You already lost. Winners don't ask if it's the right time. They make it the right time. You got to decide if your dreams are worth the sacrifice. Decide that your future is worth the discipline. Decide that you're tired of sitting in the same spot, tired of the same excuses, tired of watching everybody else live the life you know you're capable of living. Nobody's going to hand it to you. Nobody's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, it's your time. You have to take your time. You have to demand your moment. You have to decide that you're willing to do whatever it takes for however long it takes to make it real. And I know it's scary. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it feels safer to stay where you are, but staying where you are will cost you your destiny. Staying where you are will cost you your dream. Playing it safe will destroy everything you were born to be. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to lean into the fear. You got to say, yeah, I'm scared. Yeah, I'm uncertain. But I'm deciding today that fear will not control my life anymore. Everything changes the day you decide. Your habits change, your circle changes, your conversations change, your mindset changes. You stop wasting time. You stop second guessing. You stop needing approval. You stop waiting for everything to be perfect. You realize perfect doesn't exist. You realize that starting messy, starting scared, starting unsure, that's the real path to greatness. Decide today that you're not waking up another morning living beneath your calling. Decide today that the excuses stop here. The procrastination stops here. The waiting stops here. Right here, right now, make the decision that will change your life forever. You don't need more time. You don't need more advice. You don't need another motivational video. You just need to decide. And once you do, move like it's already yours. Walk like it's already done. Work like your future is depending on it. Because it is. Self-discipline is power. Real power. Everybody talks about wanting to be successful, wanting to reach the next level, wanting to make a difference. But when you look at the people who actually do it, who actually break through, it's not the ones with the most talent. It's not the ones with the most money. It's not the ones with the best connections. It's the ones who mastered themselves. The ones who had the discipline to keep showing up when it was hard, to keep grinding when nobody was watching, to keep believing when they had every excuse to quit. Everybody wants to be great until it's time to put the work in. Everybody wants the reward, but nobody wants the process. Everybody's motivated when it's easy, when it's convenient, when it feels good. But discipline is what you do when the feeling is gone. Discipline is what shows up when motivation leaves the room. Motivation is the spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps you burning day after day after day. If you're depending on motivation to get you through, you already lost. You need discipline. You need that muscle inside you that says, I don't care how I feel. I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if nobody's clapping for me. I made a commitment and I'm keeping it. You think the top athletes in the world feel like training every day? You think the greatest entrepreneurs feel like grinding every day? You think the legends we admire wake up every morning feeling excited, feeling ready, feeling hyped? No, they don't. No, they don't. But they do it anyway. They lace up anyway. They show up anyway. Because they understand that success doesn't belong to the most disciplined person. Self-disciplined person. Self-discipline is not sexy. It's not glamorous. It's waking up early when you want to sleep. It's saying no to the party because you have to work. It's staying focused when everything and everyone is trying to distract you. It's eating clean when junk food is calling your name. It's studying when your friends are hanging out. It's saving money when you want to spend it. It's investing in yourself when everybody else is wasting time. It's choosing long-term reward over short-term pleasure. And if you can't do that, you're not ready for success. You gotta be able to tell yourself no and mean it. You gotta be able to pull yourself out of bed when nobody's calling you, nobody's texting you, nobody's expecting anything from you. Because when you live a life based on what's easy, you will always have a hard life. But when you choose the hard things now, when you choose discipline now, life gets easier later. Every sacrifice you make today, every temptation you overcome today, every little bit of pain you endure today is building something inside you that money can't buy. It's building character. No, it's building toughness. It's building the foundation for greatness. You want freedom? Discipline is the only way to get it. Freedom isn't doing whatever you feel like, whenever you feel like it. That's not freedom. That's slavery to your impulses. Freedom is being able to control your life because you first controlled yourself. Freedom is living life on your own terms because you had the discipline to delay gratification when everyone else was chasing instant pleasure. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. Discipline is the price you pay to move from dreams to reality. There's no shortcut, there's no hack, there's no way around it. And look, it's not about being perfect. It's not about never messing up. It's about being honest enough to admit when you slip and disciplined enough to get right back up. Winners aren't perfect. They're just relentless. They fail, but they don't quit. They stumble, but they don't stay down. Because they understand that mastery is built brick by brick, day after day, through the boring, the painful, the unseen hours that nobody else celebrates in. If you can master yourself, you can master anything. Your biggest enemy is not your boss. It's not your competition. It's not your circumstances. Your comfort zone. It's your laziness. It's your excuses. It's your undisciplined mind. Win that battle every morning. Win that battle every night. Win that battle every time you want to give in, but choose to push a little harder instead. Discipline isn't punishment. It's love. It's the love you show yourself when you decide you're worth the work. It's the respect you give yourself when you follow through on your promises. It's the legacy you build brick by brick, even when nobody's clapping, even when nobody's watching, even when it feels like it's not working. Discipline today creates the success you dream about tomorrow. Discipline is the ultimate power, and it's yours if you choose it. Pain is part of the process. Too many people run from pain. Too many people think that if it hurts, it's wrong. That if it's uncomfortable, it's not meant for them. That if it's hard, it's not their destiny. But that's a lie. That's the trap that keeps people average. That's the lie that keeps people stuck where they are, wishing for something they're not willing to fight for. If you want to grow, you got to go through some pain. You want to be great, you got to be willing to suffer a little bit. Got to be willing to hurt for it. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain is the evidence that you are stretching, that you are pushing, that you are breaking limits you used to be afraid of. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Growth happens when you step into the fire, when you feel the pressure, when you face the fear and say, I'm staying right here. Not backing down. I'm not running away. Every champion you admire, every legend you look up to, every story that inspires you, it was built through pain. It was built through the late nights, the early mornings, the failures, the rejections, the loneliness, the doubts, the setbacks that would have broken a weaker person. You think it was easy? You think it was all sunshine and motivation and perfect days? No, they had to push through the days they wanted to quit. They had to push through the days they cried themselves to sleep. They had to push through the days they questioned if it was even worth it. But they didn't let the pain stop them. They let the pain stop them. They let the pain fuel them. They let the pain refine them. They let the pain shape them into something stronger, something wiser, something unstoppable. Pain is a test. It's asking you, how bad do you really want it? It's asking you, are you serious or are you just interested? It's easy to be committed when everything feels good. It's easy to chase your dream when doors are opening. But what about when the doors slam in your face? What about when you give everything you have and it's still not enough? What about when the people you love doubt you? When the sacrifices get heavier? When the results don't show up as fast as you hope? That's when pain introduces you to your true self. That's when you find out what you're made of. The pain you feel today is preparing you for the battles you'll have to fight tomorrow. The pain you feel today is stretching your capacity, strengthening your character, burning away the weakness, the laziness, the excuses that used to hold you back. If you avoid the pain, you avoid the growth. If you avoid the pain, you avoid the strength that's hidden on the other side. You want to be strong? You want to be resilient? You want to be unstoppable? You better get comfortable being uncomfortable. You better learn how to smile through the struggle, how to keep moving through the heartbreak, how to stay focused when your world is falling apart. Because here's the truth. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, for an hour, for a day, for a month, but eventually it will subside. And if you quit during the pain, if you give up during the hurt, if you walk away because it's hard, you'll miss the victory that was waiting for you on the other side. Winners don't quit because it's hard. Winners win because they learn how to carry pain like a badge of honor. Winners win because they refuse to let the struggle define them. You have to reframe the way you see pain. Stop seeing it as a punishment. Start seeing it as a process. Stop seeing it as an obstacle. Start seeing it as the price you pay for greatness. Every rep in the gym that burns your muscles, every late night studying when you want to sleep, every extra hour working when everybody else is partying. Yeah, it's the pain that forges greatness. That's the fire that builds champions. That's the suffering that produces success. Nobody said it would be easy. Nobody said the path would be smooth. But it's worth it. It's always worth it. The pain you're facing now is nothing compared to the pride you'll feel when you make it. When you look back and realize you survived what was designed to break you. And not only did you survive, you thrived. You grew. You conquered. You took the pain and you turned it into power. So don't run from the pain. Run to it. Embrace it. Respect it. Let it mold you. Let it build you. Let it prepare you. Because every second you endure, every tear you wipe away, every struggle you push through is making you into the person you were always meant to be. Take full responsibility. Full. Not half. Not a little bit. Not only when it's easy or convenient. Full responsibility for your life, your choices, your outcomes. Everything you are right now is a result of what you've decided to do or not do. Every success you've had, every failure you faced, every breakdown is all tied to you. And I know that's a hard truth. I know that's a hard truth. I know it's easier to blame. It's easier to point the finger. It's easier to say they didn't support me. I didn't have the resources. I wasn't lucky like them. But every second you waste blaming is a second you could have been building. Every minute you spend complaining is a minute you could have been conquering. Winners don't waste time making excuses. Winners don't point fingers. Winners point thumbs right back at themselves. Because when you take full responsibility, you take full power. As long as you keep blaming others, you give your power away. You hand it over to people who probably aren't even thinking about you. You hand it over to circumstances, to systems, to situations that you can't control. And as long as you do that, you stay stuck. You stay bitter. You stay powerless. You stay average. But the moment you say, I'm responsible, the game changes. The moment you say, I'm not a victim, I'm a victor, you take the wheel of your life. You stop waiting for somebody to come save you. You stop hoping for better circumstances. You stop needing permission to be great. You realize that everything you need is already inside you. You realize that even if it's not your fault, it's still your responsibility to rise above. Even if they hurt you, even if they doubted you, even if they betrayed you, it's still your job to heal. It's still your job to move forward. It's still your job to build the life you said you wanted. Nobody owes you anything. Life doesn't owe you anything. The world is not sitting around feeling sorry for you. The world is moving on. Time is moving on. And either you take responsibility and move with it, or you sit back making excuses while opportunity pass you by. And listen to me. It's not about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes. It's about owning your mistakes, owning your setbacks, owning your flaws, your failures, your fears, and then doing the work to get better, to rise above. Responsibility means you don't get to hide behind your past anymore. You don't get to say, this is just the way I am, as an excuse to stay broken. You don't get to say, this is just the way life treated me, as a reason not to become who you created to be. Responsibility means you wake up every day and ask yourself, what can I do today to get better? What can I do today to move closer to my goals? What can I do today to create the future I deserve? You can have reasons or you can have results, but you can't have both. You can sit around listing all the reasons why you're not where you want to be, or you can stand up and start doing something about it. You can argue for your limitations, or you can fight for your future. You can focus on what went wrong, or you can focus on what you can make right. Every day you make that choice. Every moment you make that decision. Taking full responsibility will hurt at first. It'll strip you of your excuses. It'll expose your bad habit. It'll force you to confront parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. But it will also set you free. It will give you power. It will give you clarity. It will give you momentum. When you realize that nobody's coming to save you, you realize you don't need them to. You realize you are the rescue plan. You are the breakthrough. You are the answer you've been waiting for. The ones who make it, the ones who climb out of the pit, the ones who rewrite their story. They're not the ones who had it the easiest. They're the ones who looked life dead in the eye and said, no matter what happened to me, no matter what's been thrown at me, no matter how unfair it's been, I'm not staying here. I'm not staying broken. I'm not staying broken. I'm not staying stuck. I'm taking responsibility. I'm taking my life back. You want to change your life? Take responsibility. You want to level up? Take responsibility. You want to create a legacy your family will be proud of? Take responsibility. Not next week. Not next year. Right now. Today. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more blaming. This is your time. This is your moment. And it starts with you taking full, complete, unstoppable responsibility for everything you are and everything you are about to become. If you want to shine later, you have to sacrifice now. That's the rule. That's the law. You don't get greatness on discount. You don't get success on sale. You pay full price, upfront, in full, with sweat, with time, with focus, with discipline. And the truth is, most people aren't willing to make the sacrifice. They want the reward without the grind. They want the praise without the process. They want to shine like a diamond without going through the pressure that makes the diamond. But if you're serious, if you're really about this life, then you have to be willing to give up some things now so you can have the life you dream of later. Sacrifice is the evidence that you're committed. Sacrifice is the proof that you're serious. It's easy to talk about your dream. It's easy to post quotes and videos. But when it's time to turn off the TV, when it's time to get up early, when it's time to stay in when everybody else is going out, that's when we see who really wants it. That's when we separate the real from the fake. You can't do what everybody else is doing and expect to have what they don't have. You can't live average and expect an extraordinary life. You have to be willing to look crazy to small-minded people. You have to be willing to be misunderstood. You have to be willing to be lonely for a season. You have to be willing to say no to good so you can say yes to great. Sacrifice looks like waking up before the sun rises because your goals are bigger than your sleep. Sacrifice looks like studying when you're tired because your future demands it. Sacrifice looks like working on your craft when nobody's clapping, nobody's watching, nobody's supporting. Sacrifice looks like investing money, time, and energy into something now that won't pay off for years. But doing it anyway, because you believe in the vision. Everybody wants to be the boss until it's time to pay the cost. Everybody wants to win until they realize what winning actually requires. You want the six-pack, but you don't want the hours in the gym. You want the successful business, but you don't want the late nights and early mornings. You want the platform, but you don't want the preparation. Sacrifice now, shine later. You have to be willing to go without some things right now. You might have to go without parties. You might have to go without vacation. You might have to go without validation. You might have to go without instant gratification. Because the real success, the lasting success, doesn't come from what you do once in a while. It comes from what you consistently sacrifice for. And hear me, sacrifice is not forever. It's not that you'll always have to grind like this. It's not that you'll always have to say no. It's that if you sacrifice for a season, you set yourself up to shine for a lifetime. Most people are sacrificing their future for their comfort. They are trading destiny for distraction. They are choosing easy now and paying heavy later. But you're different. You're willing to pay heavy now so you can live easy later. You're willing to sacrifice a few years so you can live the rest of your life. Most people can. Nobody claps for the sacrifices. Nobody's there cheering for the lonely nights. Nobody sees the discipline. But when the breakthrough comes, when the blessing shows up, when the results manifest, everybody will want to know your secret. Everybody will want to know how you did it. And you'll know it was the sacrifice. It was the nights you stayed focused. It was the mornings you got up when you didn't feel like it. It was the decisions to be different when it would have been easier to blend in. The world doesn't reward intentions. The world rewards execution. It rewards sacrifice. It rewards discipline. It rewards consistency. Stop asking when it's going to get easier. Start deciding that you are going to get stronger. Start deciding that no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, you will not fold. You will not quit. You will not compromise the dream. You don't have time to waste. You don't have time to play. You don't have time to keep living below your potential. Make the sacrifice now. Pay the price now. Build the habits now. Develop the mindset now. Protect the vision now. So later, when everybody else is asking how you did it, you'll be living the answer. While they were playing, you were preparing. While they were relaxing, you were building. While they were sleeping, you were working. You can shine later, but only if you're willing to sacrifice now. Not tomorrow, not when you feel like it, not when it's easy, now. Staying consistent is where the real battle is fought and won. It's not about doing it once. It's not about showing up strong for a day or a week. It's about doing it over and over and over again. Long after the feeling of excitement is gone, long after the motivation fades, long after the applause stops. Because success is not built in the big moments. It's built in the small ones, in the quiet hours, in the lonely spaces, in the mornings when you don't want to get up, but you do anyway. In the nights when you're tired and nobody would blame you for quitting, but you keep pushing. That's where success is made. That's where destiny is decided. Anybody can be fired up for a moment. Anybody can be inspired for a season. But consistency is a separator. Consistency is what makes the difference between those who dream and those who do. Between those who wish and those who achieve. Consistency is about doing the right thing, even when it doesn't seem like it's working. It's about trusting the process, even when you don't see the results yet. It's about having faith that the seed you're planting will grow, even when there's no sign of harvest yet. You can't start and stop and expect to succeed. You can't work hard one week and slack off the next and expect to be great. You can't be disciplined one day and distracted the next and expect to live your dream. Consistency is showing up every day with the same intensity, the same hunger, the same commitment. It's about being reliable, being trustworthy, not just for other people, for yourself. Not just for other people, for yourself. Keeping your word to yourself, keeping your promises to your future self. Most people don't fail because they don't have the talent. They don't fail because they don't have the resources. They fail because they can't stay consistent. They can't keep grinding when it's boring. They can't stay disciplined when nobody's watching. They can't stay focused when distractions call their name. They let feelings run their lives. But consistency says, I don't care how I feel. I have work to do. Consistency says, I don't need the hype. I have a purpose. Consistency says, I'm not controlled by my emotion. I'm driven by my commitment. It's not the loudest person who wins. It's not the flashiest person who wins. It's the most consistent person who wins. It's the one who kept showing up when everybody else got tired. It's the one who kept pushing when everybody else found an excuse. It's the one who decided that quitting wasn't an option, no matter what. Consistency builds trust. Consistency builds credibility. Consistency builds momentum. Every time you show up, you stack another brick on your foundation. Every day you stay focused, you build strength. Every time you fight through the temptation to quit, you become a little more unstoppable. Success is not one massive action. It's thousands of small actions compounded over time. And hear me, you're not always going to see instant results. You're not always going to feel like you're making progress. But don't you dare let that stop you. Don't you dare let that discourage you. The results are coming. The breakthrough is coming. The harvest is coming. If you stay consistent, if you refuse to give up, if you refuse to be distracted by how long it's taking. Consistency means you show up on the days when you're excited and the days when you're exhausted. It means you stick to the plan when it's easy and when it's excruciating. It means you don't negotiate with your goals. You don't negotiate with your greatness. You don't let your feelings talk you out of your future. Everybody wants to shine under the lights, but few are willing to put in the reps in the dark. Few are willing to grind when nobody is clapping. Few are willing to sacrifice today for a tomorrow they can't even see yet. But you are different. You understand that the dream is worth the discipline. The vision is worth the grind. The future is worth the fight. You stay consistent because you know what's on the line. You stay consistent because you made a decision that you are not average, that you are not ordinary, that you were built for more. And every time you show up, every time you push forward, you are proving that decision right. You are honoring your calling. You are stepping into your destiny. Stay consistent. Stay locked in. Stay focused. No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets. Because if you refuse to quit, if you refuse to let up, if you refuse to stay stuck, you will win. It's not a question of if. It's only a question of when. Stay consistent and watch what happens. Stay consistent, watch your life change. Stay consistent and watch your dreams come true. True.